Long ago, in the heart of the African savanna, there lived a hare who was unlike any other. He was not only the fastest creature in the land but also the most boastful. Every morning, as the golden sun stretched its rays over the land, Hare would bound through the tall grass, showing off his incredible speed. "I am the fastest animal in the whole world," he would boast, standing tall on his hind legs. "No one can outrun me, not even the wind." The other animals grew tired of his arrogance. Elephant, wise and patient, shook his head. "Speed is a gift, Hare, but humility is a greater one." "Ha!" laughed Hare. "You speak of humility because you are slow. Speed is all that matters." He raced against Tortoise and laughed as the slow reptile barely moved. He challenged Antelope and easily left him in the dust. Even Cheetah, known for his own swiftness, could not keep up with Hare's rapid leaps and turns. The entire savanna soon knew of Hare's victories, and his arrogance only grew. One evening, as the animals gathered by the river to drink, Hare declared, "I have beaten you all. There is no creature in this land, in the sky, or beyond who can match my speed." The wind, who had been silently listening from the trees, stirred. Its gentle whisper turned into a gust that rustled the leaves. "Is that so?" Wind's voice was smooth but carried great power. "Then let us race, Hare. If you truly are the fastest, prove it to me." The animals gasped. No one had ever dared to challenge the wind before. But Hare, blinded by pride, grinned. "I accept your challenge. Tomorrow at sunrise, we will race from the baobab tree to the great rock. Then all will see that I am the fastest, even faster than the wind itself." But Hare had no idea what he had just agreed to. As the first light of dawn kissed the savanna, the animals gathered at the starting point, the mighty baobab tree. The race between Hare and the wind had spread across the land, and every creature, from the tiniest ant to the towering giraffe, had come to watch. Hare stood confidently at the starting line, stretching his legs. He looked up at the sky where the wind swirled, invisible yet ever present. "Are you ready?" Hare taunted. The wind did not reply with words. Instead, a powerful breeze swept through the grass, signaling the start of the race. And just like that, they were off. Hare sprinted forward, his legs a blur, dust flying in his wake. He laughed as he felt the wind push against him. "Is this all you've got?" he mocked. But the wind was not running, it was waiting. As Hare reached the halfway mark, the great river, he slowed slightly to catch his breath. That was when the wind struck. With a mighty gust, it surged past Hare, bending the trees and rippling the water below. Hare's eyes widened. "No, I will not lose." Summoning all his strength, he sprinted forward. But no matter how fast he ran, the wind remained ahead. As they approached the final stretch toward the great rock, Hare pushed himself harder than ever. His legs burned, his breath came in sharp gasps, but still he could not catch the wind. And then, with one final powerful gust, the wind crossed the finish line. Hare collapsed to the ground, panting, defeated. The animals erupted into murmurs. The mighty Hare had lost. Hare lay on the ground, unable to believe what had just happened. He, the fastest animal in the savanna, had been beaten. The wind circled around him, whispering, "Speed alone does not make one great, Hare. Arrogance has blinded you. You mocked those who were slower, but today you have learned humility." Hare's ears twitched as he looked up at the wind. I did not mean to offend," he stammered. But the wind was not finished. "To ensure you never forget this lesson, I will leave you with a reminder." Before Hare could react, the wind howled through the savanna, lifting Hare into the air. He struggled, but the wind held him firm. Then, with one great pull, the wind stretched his ears long. Hare yelped as his ears grew taller than his head. When the wind set him back down, he reached up in shock. His once small ears were now long and floppy. The animals gasped. "What has happened to Hare?" whispered Monkey. "This is his lesson," said the wind. "May he always remember the price of arrogance." Hare trembled. He wanted to argue, to boast again, but when he looked around, he saw the other animals watching him, not with admiration but with pity. For the first time, Hare felt truly small. Days passed, and Hare avoided the others. He no longer boasted, nor did he challenge anyone to races. He spent his time in quiet reflection, his long ears twitching whenever he heard whispers of his defeat. One day, Tortoise approached him. "Hare, do you regret what happened?" Hare sighed. "I do. I was arrogant and I thought speed made me superior. But now I see that wisdom and humility are just as important." Tortoise nodded. "Then you have truly learned your lesson." From that day on, Hare was different. He still ran fast, but he no longer mocked others. And though his ears remained long, he carried them with quiet dignity. Years passed, and Hare became a legend among the animals. Though he no longer bragged, his story was told to every young creature in the savannah. "Why does Hare have long ears?" the little ones would ask. And the elders would reply, "Because he once challenged the wind and learned that true greatness comes not from speed, but from wisdom and humility." And so, to this day, hares are born with long ears, not as a punishment, but as a reminder that arrogance can bring downfall, and that even the fastest must learn to be humble. And if you ever see a hare twitch its long ears, perhaps it is still listening for the voice of the wind, whispering its eternal lesson.